Welcome back to Titan. It's day 40, so we've got quite a bit of work done on the base so far. And before I go back out, I am going to take the opportunity just to have a little eat and a little drink. I'm actually running the potato plants down slightly in here at the moment because I've got so many. And I think if we look at the oxygen, not oxygen, sorry, CO2 in here, yeah, it's at 2.4%, which is not great. And that's after I've dumped my super waste tank. What I do want to do, though, is to filter out the last of that pollutant, which hopefully will happen while I'm having a little snack. Right, let's put that there, let's put that potato in there. Let's shut the fridge.
Oxygen low.
Yes, I know oxygen is low. I know. But most importantly, pollutant is lower. I mean, actually, the oxygen itself is quite high. It's just the pressure's a bit low. So we might find that we can resolve that quite easily once we start capturing a bit more gas and we can bump the nitrogen up. But anyway, for now, let's get that sealed up. Let's go. We're going to get back to work on the furnace and the gas processing from it. Made good progress last time, although blew the wall out. So let's try to get that sorted. I've been thinking about it, and I think I'm going to move the furnace slightly, which should allow me to embed it inside a welded frame. That'll do a couple of things. Number one, it will slow the rate of heat loss. I don't want that to go to zero because it's actually quite useful, but I do want to drop it a bit. And number two, it will mean I can actually fill these two cells. I'm going to have to obviously rip this wall out to do it, but fill these two cells with welded frames, which means that we won't have the problem where the pressure differential between this room and the annex exceeds the strength of that wall. I'm also, as a safety measure, going to put a vent in the ceiling in here just to vent it to the outside and also alleviate some of that pressure differential. So that's the plan. Clearly those walls are going to have to come out to do it, but first things first, let's go make some frames and a vent. I don't think I'll bother with an insulated one. I don't think there's any need. Right. So I will need... So I'll need some steel is what I'll need. Luckily, I made quite a lot. Right, so we'll need 3 more of these. And 2 of these. I'm sure those walls won't get wasted. There'll be something else I can use them for. What am I doing? I'm going over here first to pick up the vent. Right, there we go. Let's just do that. That'll work. Right, okay. There's a reasonable stack of ore starting to build up there, isn't there? That's good. Let's get some more copper smelting, because that's always the problem. Feel like we might get in front of the consumption at this rate, but it's still slow going. Right, okay. So the advantage of keeping this in a room but then venting it is we should still be able... Okay, we'll use the pass-through vent. Don't use them awfully often, but they're very useful for this sort of thing. There we go, perfect. Is that we should still be able to capture any CO2 or anything that does escape, although obviously I'm kind of hoping that it won't. The main advantage is to make sure that anything coming out of that furnace does not... Oh, I should have made some... anything coming out of the furnace does not blow away, but what I've realised I should have done was make some chutes, because if I'm going to embed the furnace inside frames, I'm going to need to be able to put things in and get things out. And right now, I can't. So let's go and do that. Don't know how many I need. I mean, that's going to make 9. Might be enough. I expect if I make 9, I'll need 10, and if I make 10, I'll only ever needed 9, so we'll make 9. I may just have to come back again. Right, yeah, and one more. Pick up. Thank you. Right, okay, let's go. So, I'm going to start by ripping out that wall. Yes, that's the one that I've only just put in, I know. And look at that. It's quite the pressure differential. Now, I do want to deconstruct the furnace. But before I do, I think I'd like to know what's inside it. Okay, very small amount of cold gas. We'll be fine with that. Let's just throw that down there as well. The crowbar. There we go. Right, good. So let's grab that. Let's grab that. The rest of it blew away in here. Now I'm actually going to need these. Right, there we go. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to put the furnace, get it the right way round. I'm going to put the furnace actually front here. You just bring it. I don't know if I can get it quite in the right place. There we go. Is that? No, it needs to go one further forward. Needs to be half sticking out, I think, if I remember this correctly. I think it needs to go there, because I think if I put it one further... Oh, let's find out. Of course, it won't let me do that because of these walls. Brilliant. So now I've got to open everything else. Whoops. Frames. That still doesn't like it, but at least I can see whether that lines up. No, that needs to come further forward. Right, so I'm going to take that wall out as well, aren't I? Okay. Get that later, or more likely I'll forget about it. What's that down there? Oh, it's a lump of... Just get it now since I've dropped down to see what that was. Right, and this one can go in here, please. Thank you. Okay, so let's weld up that end one at least. That would be a good start. And crowbar. Take that and put that away, and right. So I need this to stick out that far. I think that will work. Whoops. At least I think that'll work. can't quite work out whether that's just far enough forward or not quite far enough forward. Guess the solution is just to build it and see. I was thinking as I build it, it gets a bit bulkier. Yeah, should be able to see that, hopefully. Right, okay, so let's get this to come out of here. Probably should just upgrade to an advanced furnace straight away, to be honest. I could probably got the materials to do that. Right, bring that out of there, and we'll put an input. And actually I didn't need anything like this number. I forgot that we'd be running it on a corner, so that's fine. I can't get far enough away to get that to go right. There we are. Down there, and in there, and we'll put an inlet here. There we go. Right, now of course I will need a load of pipes. So I'm going to set the liquid pipe. Do I even want a liquid pipe on this? I'm just thinking, I suppose I'd better have one. Yeah, I'd better have one. Not sure what I'm going to do with that yet. Possibly plug it straight into there. Worry about that in a minute. Right, okay, so we're definitely going to want to sort out the cable. Just bring that out inside the frame. Make it a little bit easier if I need to do anything with it later. Don't really want to have to open this frame up literally ever again. Right, okay, and then we need just to go and make some more insulated pipes, which I really should have thought of earlier on. Right, insulated pipes. Let's go. Right, I don't actually know how many I'm going to need, but I'm going to put input and output pipes on there. So maybe sort of 6, I suppose, enough, I guess. I don't know. I mean, let's start there and find out, I guess. 7, well. Right, and we'll close that there. Realise that the wall's open, but bring that. That needs to connect to there. So that's going down, then coming this way, and then going in there. And I guess this one will just, for now, not actually putting anything in on the input side yet, but maybe I'll just stick it through there and then I can connect it up once I've got a proper stable source of fuel, and close up this frame. Good, okay, well, it looks pretty bad, I'll be honest. I mean, it's technically possible to operate it, but it really does look ugly. Oh well. Just thinking, actually, can I even see what's... Oh no, I should be able to see what's in there. Okay, well, it's functional. To say, it's definitely not pretty, but it is possible to read the dials, press the buttons, so that's good. Right, power critical, let's go and deal with that. Let's grab that out of there. Okay. Right, now let's get back round to the annex. Actually, if I've got enough copper, I'm going to start some filtering in the annex because there's an opportunity to capture some volatiles out of the atmosphere. And get that in there. May as well make 2 of these. We've got enough copper in there to do it, and we're definitely going to need them. So what I'm thinking is I will probably filter the input air in the annex, strip out the volatiles, because I need to reduce the pressure a bit anyway, so I can strip out the volatiles, and then after that, that will leave me with a reduced pressure, which is purely nitrogen. Bottle the volatiles, they can be used as part of a fuel mix, because I'm going to need to capture some anyway. This is really getting a bit crazy in here. We're going to have to do some proper sorting out of this as well quite soon. Let's turn this on so I can see what's happening. There we go. Right, yeah, this is getting a bit hectic, isn't it? Okay. Oops, is that turned off? Why is that turned off? What is wrong with me? Right, okay, and then we'll do that across there, and go in there, and that can go in there, and hopefully by now we've got 2 atmospheric units, and we're going to need pipes, many pipes, but we're certainly going to need enough pipes to build these. So that's the 4 we need to make these. I guess I'll just let that go for a bit. Probably going to need more cable. I've only got 7. Let's do that. Yeah, actually I could have just built an advanced furnace. I've got everything I need, I think. That was a bit dumb. Now wondering if I should just change it around and just do that straight away. Actually, having said that, I probably don't have enough just yet. I need to make some more electrum in that furnace. Right, I think that'll do the job. We're going to need at least a couple of passive vents, so let's grab those. Run out of carrying space, but that's okay because this can go back in here. Those can go there for now. Oh, I've got some steel sheets. I didn't realise I'd still got those there. Those can stack onto there. Oh, and there's some more pipes as well. I'll have them. I'll have that. And that can go there. Okay, good. Those can go on there. And we've got 3 passive vents, which I think is the right number. And we might have only need 2. Probably did actually only need 2, but I'm sure we'll find a use for the other one. Right. Okay, let's reduce the pressure in here a bit, because we know it's too high. Where am I going to set this up? The idea is to get this room to a better temperature for the Stirling engine to run. Okay, perhaps it's as simple as... Actually, having said that, I was just going to put a whole load of filtration through there soon, so perhaps that's just the easiest answer, is to build it through there. No, we'll have one in here to keep this room as it should be. We ought to be generating a fair bit of... Okay, ought to be generating a fair bit of power once the Sterlings are fully operational. Right, so I'm going to filter this. Now, hang on, which way around do I want to do this? Filter the nitrogen. I probably want to filter the volatiles out because they're a smaller percentage, so I think the filters will last longer, which means the volatiles are going out that way. The nitrogen's going out this way. So that's fine. And the input. Actually, I could just input directly from the room. I was going to input from outside, but might as well just go straight from the room. Nicely. Whoops. Which will have the benefit of reducing the room pressure slightly as well. What did I do with those vents? I threw them over here somewhere, didn't I? Yeah, there we are. So that will do that, and then this line here will become volatiles, which we will, I don't know what we'll do with actually. I'm considering just piping it straight into the hot waste for now. Cooled waste, I should say, not the hot waste. That's probably the best solution at this point. Perhaps needs to be insulated. I'll put a one-way valve on there. Yeah, let's do that. Seems like a perfectly reasonable plan to me. What do I do with the rest of those insulated pipes? There they are. Expect I'll come to regret this later, but for now, we can always replumb it. Yeah, I'll put a valve on there. I was just thinking about whether it was worth just connecting it, but I'm going to put a valve on. Right, okay, so let's do this. Next, where are we going to wire it to? That's the high voltage line. Where's the normal one? It's there. Right, okay. Guess I'll run that along the wall. Seems reasonable. Whoops, in the wrong place. Oh, come on, stop. Right, there we go. And into there. And that can go around there. That can go there. That can go there. And there we go. Lovely. I mean, I guess I'll put some logic in that at some point, so it only runs when I want it to, but we'll put the volatiles filter into that, dump the volatiles that way, dump the nitrogen back out into the room. In fact, what I could do, if I was really smart, is put the volatiles into the, that's a good idea, as long as I don't blow the tank up. That would be a good idea. Pipe that off this way and then we can use them in the Stirling engine. Genius. Well, we'll see. More likely it's going to just cause some sort of catastrophic explosion when I forget and leave it running, but, you know, could be genius. You never know. Right. Let's go get a filter. I'm going to turn that off now. I think that pressure is far too low now. It's a bit dumb, but never mind. We'll just do this. Yeah, okay, I don't want to get sucked through. I will shut that. Okay, just let a bit in, but not too much, I hope, and then we can start to warm it up. Right. Volatile filter. This is an exciting moment where we've got the first proper gas filtration. Go. I don't think could make a medium, but can't make anything unless I put some iron in there, can I? Got any iron? Well, outrageous. Get in there and get yourself smelted. Gather up some gold and some silver. We'll make some electrum in a minute as well. 49. 49. How annoying. There we go, 50, right. There's probably more in there, yep, thought there would be. I expect there's more underneath that lot as well, but that might be enough. Or it might not be enough. I thought I made loads of electrum, actually. Am I going mad? Is it in the wrong machine? One in there. None in there. None in there. Okay. Just going mad. Right. I threw that too hard. That'll teach me to try and save a bit of time by throwing it. I can't even get it out the back now. Right, come on. Stop messing about and get this done. Two of these. I'm wondering if I can make a smart canister, not until I upgrade that to another level, and that's where my electrum went, wasn't it? It was in those upgrades, I think. Right, okay. Oh no, that's where all my electrum went. Right, you can go in there, and we'll go around here. And close that, and open this, and that should give us a bit of atmosphere, but hopefully not too much. Oh, that's pretty good, actually. It was about what I was hoping for, because by the time that's been warmed up, that'll be about 100-ish kPa. In the meantime, I don't think any of the walls are failing, so I think we are good. Yep, okay, nice, right. So I'm just going to start that running. Obviously that's going to take the pressure down a bit further. That's fine. I need to put that onto its own circuit. At least break the circuit in here from the circuit in the greenhouse as well. Right, let's have a look and see how this is going. Yeah, it's liquefying. That's the only issue, isn't too many. But did that dump the working gas? Yes. Guess it must have done. I hope it did, because otherwise it's going to go ever so wrong. There we go, working gas efficiency 13%, that's much better. We're not doing much with that, but just let that run for a bit. Hopefully get that up to a sensible pressure without it all being liquid and going bang. That would be really nice. Need to watch the stress in that pipe. Right, meantime, this is at minus 119, so that really is far too cold. Right. There we go, that is now generating a little bit of power. I think probably the main issue is... No, what is the main issue then? We've got gas in there. Why is that at minus 75? How is that so cold, that side of the pressure rig? That's insane. Right, I'm going to turn that down and let it depressurize. In fact, I might turn it to 0 for a minute. Just let it fully depressurize, because this side is... Oops, this side is hot. So I want that to just... Hopefully that will work, but I'm not completely sure. Oops, something's sad. Okay, let's ramp that back up. Four, 500 and 600. Okay, come on, you can get that temperature up. What is wrong with you? It is going up slowly, but very well. Trying to work out what's about to pop. Probably this pipe here, I would guess. But as long as it's not the Stirling engine. It's not the Stirling engine, is it? Shouldn't be. Something bad is going to happen really soon, and I don't know what. Because I can't work out what's actually freezing. I don't know why that's staying so cold. Doesn't make sense. I'm going to turn this off a minute. Let's get that up above 0 in there. That would be a good start. Right, that's 57 degrees C. That's not great, but it's a start. It's got to be this pipe here, hasn't it? Right. The hot side temperature is just falling like an absolute rock. Did not expect it to cool this piece of pipe. I thought it would cool between the input and the output. I can't see which piece of pipe is. There's none that say they're freezing. I mean, they've obviously all got ice in them, but I don't think it's. Oh, it's this side. Of course it is. Right. Okay, that's my problem. So I'm going to have to put something in there pretty quickly, actually. Which immediately means that this is no use now for yeah, it's no use for obviously filling it with gas, but at least it's not going to explode. Right, okay, that's good.
Power critical.
Right, power critical again. Okay, so we've still quite a lot of volatiles in the atmosphere in here. I guess I'll leave that running for a bit. That stress is lower. What I should have done was to quickly grab some more volatiles before I connected that up that way. Whoops. It's an interesting little dance. Never mind. Right, okay, let's deal with this, because otherwise it's going to be a tragedy involving me freezing to death. And I guess just try and get this room up to a better temperature. I'm genuinely surprised that this pipe here is as cold as it is. In fact, it's the same temperature as that pipe there. I thought the hot side and cold side should have different temperatures. There is something not working here the way I think it should be working. And as a result, we're now generating basically no power. Okay, so I think the first thing I need to do is probably put a valve in here to push it through. I think that's probably the first thing to do. Let's go do that. Whoa, okay, that's alright, it's the quick route. Down here. In there. There. I'm going to get a couple of valves put together. I need some copper, but I have copper now. I think I want a one-way valve on the volatiles as well, and I also probably want an inline tank for that. Maybe two. have got electrum. I'm gonna have to go and drink in a minute. Let me see if I can make a mod for the pipe bender. Constant tan we do not have. Okay, fine. Right. Okay, let's go and try and get this sorted before I have to go inside again. Although maybe not, because we've also got power low. Right, so I'm going to put a one-way valve here. Stop that from freezing quite as much as well. Right, and then that should be fine. That should gradually just switch across to just being volatiles. Right, let's see what that does to these pipes. It's actually even colder now. Amazing. Yeah, there's something here that is not working the way I think it's working. Clearly, I mean, there's no pressure left in there now, so I suppose that's that anyway. But even so. Right, actually before I do this, how's that looking? Oh, that's looking quite stressed now, isn't it? I mean, I guess I need to just put that on there. Just accept that that is going to stop condensation. I mean, it doesn't help that it's freezing cold in here, but I need to do another hot. Okay, that's better. That's better. It's reducing the amount. Wonder whether another valve across into that liquid system is in order. Might be. It's keeping it under control over here. Yeah, might have to do that. I mean, it's gradually replacing it, isn't it? Actually, becoming a higher and higher percentage of volatiles as a gas, but it's very cold. So, okay, well, I'll leave that running and hope it doesn't blow up while I'm gone. Let's go and eat again with the flying. There we go. Except I'm on the roof. Confused me then. Right, let's get in here. So I'll come in here and I will, yes, I know health is low, that's why I'm coming in. I will drink and I will eat. First, switch my suit battery, so that's good. And I guess I can do that, which will also help. Let's just take the air in here. Oh, there's a little bit of volatiles. That's a surprise. Okay, let's grab that out of there. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's drink that before it size. That's better. Eat this. Hopefully that will be about enough in there to get me up to good enough 83%. Keep me going for a little while, won't it? Right, how's the atmosphere in here looking now? 3.4%, and as soon as I open this, it's going to be 1.2%. Okay, we'll let that equal out. Okay, it's better. Right, now what I do need to think about is how I'm going to segregate that heater and sensor and this logic from what's going on outside. So I think I might try to split the electrical circuits if that's not a complete nightmare to do. I'm thinking probably it just needs a second transformer around here. And then that cabling needs to probably just be split. Where does it go inside? Where does it go inside? I should have checked that while I was in there, shouldn't I? I can't remember where I wired it. I'm wondering if it's going inside that frame. Thought I put it through a corner, but I can't see where. Ah, is it that corner? It is that corner. Right, okay. Good. In that case, I'm going to make a second transformer. It should be a fairly quick fix, I hope. Famous last words. Transformer small. Right, that'll be useful. So it's quite a good idea at this point to start segregating some of these. We will need to segregate, I suspect, the atmospherics from the miners quite soon as well. I can't see that we're going to draw enough power, but in the short term, I'll stick that one on there. I'll probably need to make that happen. I'm probably going to need to run a heavy cable line right through the heart of the base, I suspect. Otherwise it's going to just be cables everywhere. Right, that's that one and that one, so that's good. And then it should just be a question of hoping snip. No, not snip that. Well, actually that would work, thinking about it. Though for the wrong reasons. Whoops. That back there, that there, and take off there. It's not the best because there's a stub on the end there that I might accidentally connect, but I'll do the job for now. Turn that up. You can have maximum on there. I don't want that running out of power later on. Okay, good. So let's just look inside and can't actually see if anything's working. I was hoping I'd be able to see through the window, but I was guessing if I could see the... I don't know, I think I better check that. Thought I'd be able to see the heater. Oh, look, the grow light's on now. It's just turned on. So, okay, that's fine. It's working. We're fine. So, actually, we can wait for this to cycle and just go straight back outside. That's all good. Nice. Right, okay. Vent that. The battery is nicely charged. Yeah, that was exactly where it's coming in. Okay, good. Right. That's useful. Separated the power networks. Rebuilt the furnace, kind of. So, let's see whether we can get the Stirling engine back online, for which we're going to need to burn stuff. I like burning stuff. Split half of that for now. Okay, so that's in there. Bang, bang, bang. That's in there. Like that. There we go with the temperature. That's what I probably can't tell is what the gas mix in there is. No, because it picks up the room, not the furnace. Oh, I can do it if I point at the button. Who knew? Right, okay, so we could definitely burn, I reckon we could burn the rest of those nitrites, to be honest. Get in there. Hopefully that will be fine. Oh yeah, that's going to burn down. I don't mind if there's a bit of volatiles left, but I didn't really want there to be nitrous still coming through. That's getting good and hot. So in a second, I'm going to go around the other way. It's finished burning off, and actually I could probably just look from the output pipe the other side, work out when it's finished burning off. I'm going to suck the gas through into the hot gas. We need to try to, well, actually what I can now do is I can turn this on. Yay. Nice, that glows nicely, doesn't it? I like that. Right. It's still burning. It's cooling down, even though it's still burning. That's incredible. And that's after it's been enclosed. Right, we're at 97% nitrogen in here, and we should have got a tank over here that's mostly... Oh, that's mostly in danger of going bang, is what it's mostly. I'm hoping I can warm it up in here fast enough to stop that, but I'm not completely convinced, so I think I might shut that off for a minute, because that stress is creeping up slowly. Yeah, the volatiles are actually freezing out, aren't they? Right, okay, let's see how we're looking over here. Right, we've got to trigger that anyway, it's still burning, but I'm just going to suck that out. We're going to lose all the heat. It's absolutely incredible that it's cooling down faster than it can burn, but there we go. Nice, 800 degrees, that's what we want. See how this is looking now. Still minus 60. Okay, well, hopefully that will do the job and just heat it up enough to vaporize the CO2. That's coming down, that's good. And also melt the nitrous. How's this looking on this side? Minus 129. That's at minus 70. Okay, I think it was just that we were running out of gas to pipe through before. Okay, and we're generating a huge 18 watts of power. Amazing. The pressure is not, well, it says pressure differential. It's actually the temperature differential between the hot and cold side is not yet enough, and also the operating environment efficiency is rubbish. And I've run out of power in there. Isn't that wonderful timing? I should probably just put a large battery in this because I use it so much. Still, look at that. That's still, it's insane. If I turn that off for a minute, we get the temperature in here up now? Yes. Okay, well, I'm going to pipe that right up. Day 43, that's probably heading towards time for the episode, to be honest. 3 days is about as long as I want one episode to be. That's now sitting at 62. Let's get that a bit hotter. This is sitting at 675, but falling. That's 350 in there. It's coming down, but it's not fast. The temperature in this room is really not moving at all. Right, okay. Let's, how's it going? That's up to 111, and that's as good as it's getting until I turn this on, I think. Just before I do. Minus 75, minus 129. Okay, let's see what happens. Oh, that's definitely helped on that side, hasn't it? although it's falling again now, which suggests that this side is probably quite a lot lower. Look how fast that falls. That's insane. It's absolutely nuts. We're generating 27 watts. Yeah. Not good. I mean, we could definitely pressurize that a lot higher, but I've got to get the temperature up first. Yeah, that's still, stress is still ticking up a little bit, slowly, but it is still ticking up. It's losing heat, obviously, to the environment in here. That's at minus 123, the room's at minus 128, so it's just going to take a little bit of time, I think, to work its way through. That tank's at 618. The pressure's almost gone in there now. Okay. That's at minus 39. Really is crazy. It's kind of capping off the capping off here at about 500. I wonder if I turn it down whether I can suck more out. She makes it worse, not better. Yeah, okay. Alright, well, guess I'll leave that running and hope nothing explodes. So we have at least got the start of this. I've not got as far as I'd hoped this episode. I will take those walls because I'm going to start extending out there on the basis that at some point it will eventually be warm enough. I'm going to leave that heater on. Forget about it. It'll probably cause some sort of disaster in a future episode. Let's find out. In the meantime, let's get along here. And I haven't even welded those, have I? Right, okay, so there's quite a bit to do there. But what we will do is we will put some walls on there and there. And I'll weld those up. And then I think, because I've got the... how many is that? That's 9 frames. I haven't got enough steel sheets. Power low. Horsepower's low. Right, come on, down. Let's run along here. Right, we'll do this and then we'll call it a day for this episode, I think. As I say, not as much progress as I'd hoped for, but some. It's looking mental in here now with a very large amount of ore everywhere. Still, that's that one problem solved at least. So 6 of those. I'm going to need a bunch more. I think just because I'd run out of steel in this machine, wasn't it? Steel sheets, go. Let's put that away for a minute. And let's get some of these in here. That'd be good. Just wondering whether I can actually get enough stuff out of here because it's just making a mess. This needs a vending machine or a refrigerated vending machine with a stacker in it. It's really what it needs. I thought I could probably just do that later as a little job, but I think I need to do it now because it's becoming insane. Gold, steel, solder. I've got enough solder anyway, so I can't do that now. Unless I've got any solder lurking in there, which I have, so I can. Again, I threw it by accident. Right, let's get some gold then. That one, and right, I'll turn you off. And why did that? What's going on? Have we run out of power? What's going on? That's running. Why won't it turn on? What? Turn on. It will turn on when it's got the silicon in it, but it won't turn on when it's got the gold in it. Why? I'm not asking it to start smelting yet. It shouldn't care whether I've got enough power. Let's turn that off. Try again. No. Okay, right, I think we might have a bit of a bug there. Not quite sure what's going on. There might be an explanation that it's just defeating my little brain, but in the meantime, it's really, really strange. Turn it on, put the gold in, it turns off. I could understand it if I was actively smelting with it, but the hand drill's got no power, so that's going to be annoying. That's got no power. Oh, right. Okay, I think I'll just reload next episode. Right. Okay. All right. Let's just get these. That's far more than I need, but that's fine. Get these and get the next set of frames. Smash out maybe another few of these. 6, I suppose. It's probably enough. Might need to be more. We'll start with 6. Where are we at? That's 4. That's number 5. So this is number 6. Okay, right. Well, I'm going to have to look into that. That's very strange. Hopefully a restart will just fix it. What is that? Something really sparkly. Seems too low to be a star or the sun or something, but maybe it was. Right, let's weld these. Whoa, okay, alright. Unnecessary. Whoops, I fell through. Oh well, I suppose at least on the plus side it might limit the amount that I can get blasted around, maybe. Oh, of course, I've now run out of gas. Oh, this is just not happening, is it? Right, okay. Well, we're going to have to go inside to deal with that, so I think this is probably the place to end the episode. We'll finish that next time. Let's get in here. And I think I need to do some sort of a reboot to try to work out what on earth is going on with that arc generator. I could understand it being an available power problem if I started smelting gold and then it turned off, but just placing it in without doing anything else shouldn't make it turn off. So I'm a bit baffled by the behaviour on there. So slightly concerned these seem to be draining, so I don't think we're generating enough power. Those are certainly not charging, so that's not great either. Yeah, that's drained quite a bit, hasn't it? That's that other heater running, I suppose. Right, let's get that in there. Actually, I'm going to have to go and deal with it, otherwise I shall forget next episode. It's fine if I film back to back, but I'm not filming the next episode immediately. It will probably be a day or two before I can get time to do it, and I will forget. So let's just check if I go back out. I don't need anything else. No, that's fine. Right, okay. Let's deal with it. That's fine. Cancel that. Thank you. Right. Actually, I think I'd better turn that heater off for now. It's frustrating, but I think it's required. I'm not going to drop this to 0, but I want to reduce the pressure in here a bit. Plus it's just a load more cold gas going back in, which will undo all my good work. There we go. Right, that will do. In here, and turn that off. It's up to minus 116. So I mean, it's going in the right direction, just not very quickly. How's this tank looking? 43.3. But it's not getting any worse. In fact, that's now colder than the outside, so it should, yeah, 43.2 is actually slightly improving. That's really very cold still. That's still quite cold. And I imagine we're generating very little power. It needs more working gas. Anyway, right, that's fine. We'll do that. And we'll put that away. Oops, I said put it away. And finish just laying down these frames. And then that will do for this episode, which has already gone on longer than I intended again. Cute. Right, I need those, I need that. Let's try not to blow away. No guarantees. There we go. Get the first world on everything, and then I'll worry about how I do the rest without flying too much around the map if I can. Or not. I think standing a little bit further away is about my only defence, but it's not great. Yeah, not great. No, I'm flying without a jetpack now. Was actively jetting down, and I thought that would be enough, but it wasn't. No, you can throw me backwards, but no, I was going to say, but not upwards. No, come on, come on, come on. That's it. Right, okay. There we go. That's better. Okay, so that's the start of the next section. And we'll be putting the filters in here and the gas tanks. So I'm going to just place one down. Just basically because I want it out of my inventory, honestly. No, there. Cute. Right, that's the start. Okay, right, that will do for this one. So a little bit of progress, not as much as I wanted, but could have been worse. Slowly extending the gas filtration, so I hope you enjoyed that, and if you did, as I always say, like and subscribe, and I hope to see you on the next episode, assuming this airlock ever depressurizes. Okay, alright, probably should have waited a couple of seconds, but anyway, nonetheless, I'll say it again, like and subscribe, and see you on the next episode. Bye for now.